Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Round 8 here at the Tricky Triangle. With no other track being similar to Pocono, this has definitely tested these drivers for tonight's race. After all is said and done, we will see either a new winner or a familiar face, so we're going to find out who's going to go to victory lane once again tonight. Make sure to stay tuned because it's going to be an interesting race, and I'm pretty excited for it. A lot of times are varying through tonight, so we're going to see how these guys fare for it. But before we get to the race tonight, I want to introduce to you our driver spotlights. Piloting the number 24 Chevy, we have SnB driver Combat Beast 24. He's 22nd in standings with 44 points. In the number 18 Chevy, we have veteran driver Skylan, who is 10th in standings with 74 points. Welcome to the booth, guys. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for a great race tonight once again.
I'm just hoping I survive tonight.
It's going to be crazy. And we have the crazy tire glitch, so that might add to the craziness of the night, but I think you'll do better than you think.
No, that's your problem, not ours.
You got a point there. Luckily, you guys don't see it. At least I'm pretty sure you don't.
I'm just hoping I don't go into the infield care center again.
We don't want any of that tonight. You got to stay out of there. Everyone's got to keep their nose clean, and hopefully we'll see you in the booth tonight. So since we're in here, I have to get to the questions. The first question is, what aspects of driving do you excel at, and what do you struggle with? We're going to start with Combat Beast.
Short tracks are not to my, well, no. Road course racing ain't to my suit, but I love 1.5 miles. They're always fun. On the go side by side against everybody. I think it's a blast.
I hear you on that. I can, short tracks are not my thing. Road courses are definitely not my thing. But I love mile and a halves. I love the drafting and challenge of it, and all the close racing. I really enjoy that a lot. So I'd love to get better at the other stuff. But it's cool for that also. Sky, what about you? What aspects of driving do you excel at, and what do you struggle with?
Oh, I've done well with fuel mileage stuff so far this season. All fuel mileage things have been the me and Dohar show, and opposite of combat, I'm very good at road course racing. I've done a lot of it on Forza and other games. It's a little trickier on here because there's a little bit of a Jesus take the wheel aspect when it comes to road courses, but I can still hold my own. I cannot hot lap to save my life. I cannot put down that one solid lap time where everything gets put together. I'm way better at the longer runs and just not giving up tons of time throughout the laps. But when it comes down to those late race sprints, unless it's a drafting track where I can just ride the draft, I'm usually just trying to hang on.
You know, and we've talked about you throughout the season. For those of you who do not know, Sky, we have an IndyCar league, and he's been over there quite a bit, and that he came over from there to over here on NASCAR, and we're all like really surprised with how well you did, even with your first few races when you came over here. I mean, you can really put you in anything and you'll do amazing at it. So I think you need to give yourself a little bit more credit.
I'm not terrible, although the amount of damage J-Mac has sustained from me it would probably beg to differ. I always seem to find him when I screw up.
I have noticed that.
I've tried so hard to not hit him, and I still always, if I'm slip or I hit the wall or something, I always seem to end up,
there.
Hey, look, a 3-carb. Damn.
It happens. All right, next question. What do you do for fun other than racing and video games? We'll start with Sky.
I do a lot of car stuff. I have a Celica that I'm working on putting back together. I have a motorcycle. I've been doing volleyball a lot lately, and hiking and exploring, which has been kind of what's been keeping me sane with COVID and not being able to actually go to places and be around anybody.
Yeah, I can hear that. I've done a lot of hiking myself and just visiting random places to try to get, as much as I can around, since you can't go places from COVID. So that's really cool. Absolutely. All right, Combat, what about you? What do you do for fun other than racing and video games?
I actually help around on the house and help my dad out with all kinds of stuff of like cars and helping him at work and whatnot. So that's about all I got.
That's actually pretty awesome. I've never messed with cars. I actually used to change oil in my car way back in the day, and that's like the most extent. So that's really cool that you're able to do that. Sounds like a lot of fun, actually. He's like, maybe not. All right, final question. If you could do any race over again, which would you choose and why? And we'll start with Combat.
Charlotte.
Tell us why.
In the finals, like 5 to go, I was in 4th place. He tried to go to the outside and smacks the wall out of turn 2 and loses all 4th place and everything else.
Oh, yikes.
So if I didn't hit the wall, I probably would have gotten to top 3.
Yeah, it's those things that just will drive you crazy, so I can totally see that. Yeah, that would be a definite do-over for you. All right, Sky, what about you? If you could choose to do any race over again, which would it be?
Well, I think I've told this story before, but way back, I think 8 or 9 years ago, I was running in a Mongoose League on Halo, and
I do remember this.
High five.
we were on the last race of a 26-race season, and I was trying to beat the guy who'd won the championship the last 2 years. And there was a miscommunication. We had a green-white checkered restart, and there was a miscommunication between me and one of the admins, and I thought he told me that I can finish first or second and still win the race. Or, I'm sorry, still win the championship.
Yeah.
And the way the track was set up, it was very easy for somebody to get their nose on your inside, even if you were hugging the white line. And the guy that was behind me had never won a race. I knew he was hungry for it, and lo and behold, we came out of turn 2, he got his nose to my inside and called his lane, and I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll just bang doors with this guy until the race is over. If he wins, oh well, but I'll get the championship either way. And I was wrong.
Oh, no.
I was wrong, got second, tied him in points, and lost by the tiebreaker.
Are you kidding me? Oh,
and
man.
as soon as me and the dude that beat me realized that happened, we both went, oh my god, that's not what I thought was happening. The guy who beat me even said I wouldn't have made that move if I knew that he was going to lose the championship over it.
Wow. So really, if he knew that, he would have backed off?
It was a very aggressive move. He could have, because of the way the tracks were built back then, he could have finished last and gotten crashed out making that move if I didn't give him the space. If I didn't take his word for it.
Right.
And normally, when you're fighting for a championship, you're going to be as aggressive as possible. But I thought I was safe and didn't have to be that aggressive. So.
Oh, man. I can see that one. That's a heartbreaker right there.
Yeah, that was tough.
Definitely.
How do you remember a race from 8 or 9 years ago in that detail? What?
Because that has haunted me for a very long time.
Apparently.
It's a long story.
Like, good lord!
Like,
Wow!
I can take that clip from Twitch and send it to the guys from that league, and every single one of them will go, "Oh yeah, I remember that day."
Wow. Yeah.
I feel like I know this from somewhere.
I've probably
done
told
this
that
too.
story before. That.
No, yeah, I was in a Mongoose League too, but I don't know if I was in yours or not. Can't remember.
It wasn't ours, but you win some, you lose some. It is what it is.
Man.
Most definitely.
Halo 3. Good
Oh, I
days.
did mine on Halo Reach. It was great.
We did both.
Man.
We
Oh
love
my
are
gosh.
doing both. We're actually still running that now.
Oh god.
it. Oh, nerds.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun, so well.
Wow.
Hey, it's just as realistic as this game.
Facts! Facts!
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't even know what to say to that.
You're right. You're right.
Oh my gosh. All right. It was awesome
Good stuff.
having you guys in the booth, getting to know you guys. I hope, like I said earlier, that we see you in the booth afterwards, because that means you got a top 3. So
hope
good luck
so.
to you guys tonight, and I hope to see you in the booth.
I hope so.
That's a tall order, but
That's
let's
a
see.
pretty hefty order there,
Yeah.
Chief.
Good luck,
At
guys.
Pocono, it's a hefty order.
It's so
Yeah.
true. But good luck, guys.
Good luck, and good luck with the laggy wheels. We'll talk to you later.
All
Godspeed.
right.
Oh, definitely gonna need that tonight. Thank you.
I'll see you on the Interest Care Center again. See you later.
Oh yeah, and good luck with the beer element.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
definitely. Plenty of it.
All right, Element, how are you doing tonight?
Doing awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for this crazy race. It is definitely going to be an interesting one. Going to be a lot of close calls. We've already seen three wide tonight, so that is always an interesting thing. But I do want to give a quick shout out to Rock NASCAR, who is out there cheering with the 100 bits. Thank you so much for that. That was really awesome. That guy is always out there cheering like crazy, so thank you so much. But let's talk about what we can expect tonight. The lap times, they're going to be around for qualifying. I would say anywhere, these guys, it's going to be very varied, I should say. And Element Zero's cousin says, "Tell Element I said hi." So there you have it, Element.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to whoop his ass.
The qualifying times are going to be very varied. I keep saying that, but they're going to be in the 54s, I would imagine, or the 53s for quali. We're going to find out, but once they get the presets, once they get the setups in, they're going to be definitely a lot lower, around 53 threes. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys run, because it's so different for all of these guys and how they drive it. So we're just going to see how they do.
Yeah, you're gonna definitely see some really fast lap times in qualifying. You're not gonna see what they run in qual and race trim. It's gonna be two different complete games going on. You're gonna see some probably low to mid 53s, and in race trim you're gonna see probably your fastest laps be a high 53 to a low 54. What your race trim is gonna be for tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Which brings me to, we got to talk about points. I mean, we're coming down to playoffs pretty close. So we have Rangers. Yeah, it's getting crazy. We have Rangers out there. He's in first with 181. And look at the lead he has. 43 points above Dohar, who is in second. And as far as playoff points, Rangers has the most at 10 points, with Dohar in second with 8. We have Tom Flitty, who has just jetted up the standings. He's got 7 playoff points, which these guys will keep going in to the next round, which is the playoff. So it's going to be very, very close for these guys. But Rangers, he's got a nice head start. I'm curious if anyone can catch him, Element.
It's going to be a tall hill to climb. You might as well start calling him Jacob Texas Ranger at this point, because he is the Chuck Norris of SnB this year. He has been unstoppable, always up there in the top 3, winning stages, winning races. He's been the unstoppable force that is Will Smith right now. So tough player to beat. You know?
I think so. And
Yep.
he's tied with Dohar with 2 wins for the season. We have Tom Flitty with 1 win, J-Mac with a win, and Justin with a win. Kyle Fan, he's safely in 6th with 31 points to the good. Game Mastermind with 27 points to the good, with Jose, who he was part-time. He's not even racing in here, but if he still was, he'd still be okay for the playoffs. Right on the line, we have Scott Hall for life. He is in 12th. He's 1 point to the good. Right behind him is Honeycutt. He is right below the cutoff, and he's only 1 point behind. So I think tonight is really going to shake things up as far as the playoff standings go and where the point standings end up.
Yeah, every race is going to be a shakeup from here on out, especially if you have within 1 to 5 point difference, because every position is going to count at this point in time, it's very big, and every single position counts. Every single position.
So true. And tonight, with it being Pocono, we have 65 laps, and for the fuel, you only get about 12 and a half for a tank. So these guys will have to make some pit stops tonight. They get around 12 laps in stage 1. There's 23 in stage 2 and 24 in stage 3. So there will have to be a pit stop in stage 2 and 3. And if they're careful with their fuel, they should be okay for stage 1, I would think, unless something crazy happens. But these guys are getting ready to go to qualifying. If you're out there and stay in tune, sports fan, what's up? I hope you're doing good. You guys should share the stream, get your friends in, and it's gonna be a crazy race. I will tell you guys, Element, you know this, there is a tire glitch, so you're gonna see some crazy tires. We know about it, the game developers know about it, so hopefully we will have a fix soon. But for tonight, you're gonna see some crazy tires.
Crazy being on the lighter end of things on the tire glitch.
Yeah, Fox, he was in here earlier, and I guess that was his first time seeing it, and he was absolutely freaking out. He's like, what is going on right now? He's like, what am I looking at? So it is something to get used to, that's for sure.
I believe. Let me tell you right now, it doesn't matter how much I drink. Like I could be sober, and that. Terrible.
It messes with you. It definitely does.
It's like, there's no explaining it. It's just the weirdest, most awkward thing I've ever seen in my life.
You're not wrong, but these guys are getting ready to go to qualifying in a second, so hopefully we'll receive an invite soon. But yeah, crazy race tonight. We've seen a lot of three wide situations going on. Turn 2 is going to be something very interesting as far as if they go more than 2 wide. I wouldn't even suggest 2 wide. So, Justin, let me know if I can take that.
2 wide's good. I like 2 wide. 2 wide can be done. It just depends on who you're around and how willing they are to be racing you complimentary, I guess.
It's so true. It's so true. All right, we're getting ready to go to qualifying, see what these guys can do, who ends up on pole, who is on the outside. We're getting ready to go to Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. It's going to be a lot of fun, but these guys are going to do single car qualifying.
Oh, single car. Oh, Lord.
Let me know if you got that invite.
I definitely did not. Justin forgets about me all the time.
Well, I sent you one too. Did you not get that?
No, I actually didn't.
I just sent it again.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
You didn't?
No.
All right, you're gonna have to do a hard reset, and I'll get you in. That's weird that you got my party invite, but not the game.
Yeah, let me hard reset real quick.
Okay, we'll get you back. These guys are just gonna race around. They have to go around one time to make sure that they do not lag out. And there you can see the crazy wheels. You gotta love it. But yeah, they'll go around one time, all parked together, and release them one at a time until everyone has qualified. Probably damage is on, so they're gonna have to make sure that they do not get any whatsoever. I'm curious, I've watched these guys practice, and what's really cool is that we have a couple of really fast guys here. Thrills, he is super fast. We've talked about him a few times throughout the season so far. We just need to keep him out of trouble. Thrills is in that 42 car. We have Honeycutt, who's very confident for tonight, loves this track, did really well in practice, so I think we're going to see him up there and do really well. We talked about Thrills. We got Element leaving. Ski. I know he's been talking about how this season has been a struggle for him, but he's actually done really well, so I'm excited for him and what he can do tonight. Techie Galaxy, he's another one that does very, very well. We just need to keep him out of trouble. We'll see what happens with that. Let's go back to the front here. We're going to try to find our way up to the qualifying. Leaf Justin will start us out, and you'll see, we'll get a lap with him and see how he does. No pressure for Justin. This is where we're gonna see a problem spot. We're talking about it. Turn 2 right here. It's a fast corner and you can cut underneath that yellow, but we've seen it time and time again where these guys are going 2 and 3 wide, and it's really hard to hold because you can get very, very tight, or for those guys that are running a higher preset, they're gonna get extremely loose, and it may not end up so well with the outcome. We've seen it a few times already in practice, so I'll be interested to see how it turns out tonight. But Justin is going to take this high and dive it down into turn 1, where you can get extremely loose here. You want to kind of get down to that yellow, bring it around, and try to keep that speed up. We have Honeycutt out here, another strong one. He has grown in confidence throughout the week under practice, so it's great to see him out here, and hopefully we'll get him another great finish. Remember, guys, he's only 1 point below the cutoff, and he has really come up through the standings very quickly once he's gotten into the races this season. So I think he's going to do well here tonight, but we got to keep him out of trouble also. I know there's been a couple of times where he's been involved in a caution or whatever may have happened. It's just sometimes the luck is just not on you that night. So we'll see what happens. Another fast one, Thrills. Bumps the wall. That is going to hurt his efforts here for qualifying. A long race, so it's not completely terrible that happened there. You do have a few laps to get things done and make sure you get that lap that you need. But this is what's going to happen throughout the race. You're going to have guys skim the wall, and it's really going to bunch things up directly behind them if that happens in race. So that can be a tricky situation. You see Ski out here. I don't know if he's done with qualifying or whether he's trying to go out, but he's taking it right in the grass. We're going to see if Element is here. We got Techie Galaxy. He is out on the road doing a great job out there. Element. We got him back. I want to see where Techie is in standings here, because like I said, he's done really well. He has missed a couple of races, but he's sitting 17th in standings with 49 points. So missing a couple of races have really hurt him, but when he has been to the races, he does really well. Element, we got you back.
Yeah, he finally did. Oh my God, that tire glitch.
You know you love it.
Ah! I mean, I've been drinking, but hell, come on.
We got Monster Mike out on track out here for qualifying, and he is one where he just says, I just want to survive. I'll be running around, and I just want to be out here running my race and hopefully get a good finish.
Hey, Frozen, do you take your bacon with a little bit of bits? He's on track right now.
Bacon Bits is on track in that 22. As soon as you said that, I got right on him. That's funny. But you see him taking through turn 2 under that apron. A lot of guys are going to do that tonight. It is a faster way to get around, but if you are tight, it'll send you straight up the track into the wall. We've talked about it. I think, Element, let me know, what do you think the trouble spot is tonight? I feel like turn 1 entry is going to be a trouble, and turn 2 if you're more than, one wide.
Turn 1 entry is definitely a pain in the rear, because the car, honestly, it doesn't matter really how tight you are. The car likes to get loose going into 1, so you really have to back the entry up so that way you have control of the car. Or if you're a little bit freer, the deeper you drive it in, it gets tighter. So turn 1's a wild animal. Now, the tunnel turn, on the other hand, I feel like is the best turn on this game with the tricky triangle, because I love using the apron. It doesn't matter if I'm loose or tight. I love getting on the apron. I love getting that car turned and rotating and getting under guys and be able to make passes and getting a preferred line going into 3. And 3 being a flat corner, you can be a little free, a little tight. Doesn't matter. 3 is 3. It's flat, and it doesn't really matter how your car is handling. But if you're getting off the corner better than the other guy, you're going to be the first one at the line.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can get such a huge run if you take that turn, if you get that line down. So that's going to be important for these guys because you have that long straightaway. So you really want to make sure that you nail that. And like you said, if you do, you're going to get to the line first, and that could be the win right there.
Yep. I always like to be the fastest one off the corner to the line.
Absolutely. And your cousin says Element looking pretty cute in that picture.
I swear to God, I'm gonna smack him one of these days.
You got a fan out there.
We got
oh my gosh.
One. God dang it.
We got Super NASCAR fan out there in that 2 car. I have not seen him out here in practice, so I will be, it'll be good to see what he can do out there tonight. But now that we're here, and I ask you every single week, I'm going to ask you this time, who do you think has pole, and who do you think's going to win tonight?
As you know, I have watched 0 practice this week, so I am going in blind. Pole, with being the tricky triangle and how difficult a track is, it is for most. For pole, I'm going to go with Rangers, because I know he's very veteran savvy, very quick. He knows how to handle difficult situations, so for pole, definitely him. For race, I do want to go Rangers, but I also want to throw a little bit of strategy in there, because as fast as he's going to be, I think he might get outplayed a little bit on strategy. And I feel like maybe like a J-Mac or a Leafs Justin that are not going to be there on quickness with him, but might be able to have the strategy on him.
You got a great point. I'll tell you what, though. We were going to do the 70 lapper, which is all strategy. Okay. You're going to have to save fuel with that. We decided to go with the 65 lapper, which literally only requires you to pit once in stage 2 and 3, and you don't have to save. So for this, I feel like it's more about speed than fuel strategy.
Why didn't you tell me that? Why didn't you tell me that beforehand? I went in blind on that.
You did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody said that he's got the fastest all-time lap here in the whole entire game. So he's definitely got the speed.
He's ridiculous here.
He is ridiculous.
I think he had a top 3 time here on Heat 4 too. I believe it was a top 3 time he had. Well, not even on custom, but on preset. I think he was one of the fastest here at Pocono.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but a lot of talent no matter where he goes. Qualifying is over, so these guys, you're going to see these guys cut loose a little bit and wreck each other. It's not the race. It's just qualifying. They are done with it. So we just, I don't know, for seasons after seasons, we have just always taken the last couple of races and just beat the crap out of each other, honestly.
But Frozen taking strategy out of it based on pure speed. Another guy that I think that could be there at the end that we might be talking to after this race is Tom Flitty.
You are so right. I mean, we've talked about this a couple of times where they have struggled, where Tom has struggled in the beginning, and he has just absolutely rocketed through the standings. And I do want to bring this up. Look at him. He's already in 4th. And while, Rangers, he's got 181 points, and Tom has 132. You got to remember, we're going into the playoffs here very soon. So once that happens, these guys start over, but they take their playoff points with them from stage wins and wins from races. So that's going to be very important to stack those things up. Tom making me a nervous wreck.
Yeah. But as our points points go, I really feel like it's going to be hard to beat Rangers. I feel like
Yeah.
Tom is going to make the Final Four, and I honestly feel like Leafs and I about to say
Leafs and Justin.
Leafs and J-Mac are going to be there competing for the Final Four, and if they make it, it's going to be super hard for a lot of guys to just even get past them to make that Final Four because of strategy and races. Those and Dohar, you can't forget about Dohar. 2 wins on the season.
Yeah.
God, another strategist, because you got to throw all the major strategists into that category. They're very hard to beat in this game because they get stage points and they also get good results at the end of the race.
It's so true. And then you got people like Kyle Fan, he's sitting in 6th. He's doing really well. He's got 91 points, so he's 90 below Rangers, but he's still very much in the mix. The top 12 guys will make it for the playoffs, and they will be racing for a championship. We're only going to do that one time. So once we hit the playoffs, you're just racing from then on out. So you really have to nail every single race and make sure you're getting those stage points and make sure you're getting those wins. That's just so important.
Yeah, like in Kyle's instance, he's got the speed. He's got the speed to hang with these guys. Every single race, any track. He's been able to maintain this season and hang with them and have the strategy to be there at the end of these races. Can he maintain it is the question.
Absolutely. And he's one that I think it's fun to see how much he has actually grown. He's been in here for a couple of seasons now, definitely a veteran driver. And he was actually a previous teammate of mine, I think a couple of seasons in a row. Great driver.
Last season as well.
Yeah, definitely. You were on the team. We were all together. So really fun season to do. But yeah, to see him grow throughout these seasons has been a lot of fun because he definitely has gotten the speed. And now it's just the consistency. We need to get him up there. He's got the skill for it.
Yeah, he showed me last season he definitely had the speed to be competitive week in and week out. It was just the consistency. Once he nailed that consistency, which he has definitely put the law down on consistency this season. He being 6th in points, I mean, he's right there with these guys, and he is in contention to be in that Final Four.
Absolutely. Fabia, we have Honeycutt. We're in qualifying. What you see is not the race. These guys are you just see cars everywhere.
Oh, this is the race. That's it. It's over.
So we're going to see how these guys fare in qualifying. It is over now. They just need to cross the line and get it over with. But yeah, Aries, the tires are crazy, but race hasn't started. It's going to start directly after this. So as soon as they're done with this and everyone gets back to the lobby, Element and I will leave the lobby and they will start the race and we'll get racing at Pocono. So a couple minutes.
Goes over. Oh, he's over. Oh.
Are you okay? Look at this.
No. I'm
You
just
can just
loving
hear it.
this lag and wrecking and everything going on in between.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mayhem.
crazy. It's pretty crazy.
I like mayhem.
I'm hoping that the servers hold out tonight. We've seen a lot of lag issues throughout some servers throughout the week, so I'm hoping that it can hold out for us tonight. These guys, I'll say it again, they are in qualifying. I mean, this is nothing, it's not the race. ECS, what's up? Lysol, I know. The tires, yeah, it's a crazy glitch. I'm hoping they fix it soon. But yeah.
Crazy glitch. That's a little light.
I know. They must have chosen a really long qualifying. I feel like this has taken a while.
I do too. I got more gray hairs waiting on this qualifying than any other one.
I hear ya. Aries says, hello Frozen Element, got your first Xfinity ranked win tonight on iRacing.
That's
Well, that's
awesome.
pretty awesome. You're
Good job,
retiring
bud.
now. You can't do that. No retiring.
Oh, that's awesome. Good job, Aries.
Absolutely. Good job. All right, these guys, I can tell they've crossed the line because the AI has taken over. So, man, oh man, we're going to see, does Rangers get on pole? Is it TomTom? Is it Thrills? Is it Justin or J-Mac or any of the number of veterans that have just come out here and or the rookies, I should say, that have come out here and let it known that they don't want to be a rookie driver. They're ready to be veterans. Survey says, let's get back to the lobby and find out. All right, who got pole here? Tom Flitty on pole with a 53.5. We have Fluffy. We can't forget Fluffy. Super talented. He has just joined the league a race or two ago. I believe just one race. So he will be on the outside with Rangers directly behind Tom. And let's see if we can find out who fourth is. Super NASCAR fan. Look at that. Good for him. All right, Element, don't forget to leave the lobby.
Oh, yeah. All right, left. I did that last week. I forgot. I know.
You did do that last week.
Me. Yeah, I know.
Everyone's like, we're just waiting on Element to leave.
Yeah, last week was rough. I know I was like the very last one to leave. That was supposed to be you.
It's all
the last
good.
one to leave.
Yeah, Tom, he's gonna be one you're gonna have to watch out for tonight. As well as Rangers, and you saw it there, Fluffy. We cannot forget about him in that 16 car. Super fast. Obviously he's got the speed for tonight. So
wait, Fluffy qualified? I didn't see him in there.
I didn't see him either. He was sneaky. We have 24 cars in the race from what I'm hearing over the radio. So a packed
I only
field.
counted like 18.
Yeah. Well, you missed
I'm
a
ready.
few, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, numbers seem less or more, the more you drink.
Oh my gosh. Lysol.
Look over there.
What? Oh my.
He's like, I'm
Aries.
just gonna shoot my PC with a shotgun.
Oh no. Oh jeez.
Oh, that's good shit. Good stuff.
Element, you're killing me.
I know, I'm sorry.
Lysol says, I wonder if they are gonna go crazy in the race. I hope the cars don't go crazy, but I already know the wheels are, so you're gonna have to get used to that because it's gonna be crazy all night. But I think these guys are gonna be good to go. Justin, I hope I can take that because I just did. All right, cool. Element, I'm sending you an invite. We're getting ready to go to Pocono Racing out here for the Tricky Triangle. Let me know if you got that.
Should I take it right now?
Yes.
Load in.
Take it.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's the yes. Okay.
That is a yes.
Calm down. Don't beat me. All right.
You're good.
Don't
You're
beat me.
good.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Are you really though? Are you really?
Absolutely.
All right. Once this goes green, these guys are going to be racing for 12 laps on stage 1, 23 for stage 2, and 24 for the final stage. We're going to go ahead and get this going, but it's going to be crazy. I'm excited. A little nervous for these guys. I hope the lag stays away. All right, here we go. We are the green flag waves for Pocono Raceway, and these guys are on the move. Fluffy on the outside, Tom on the inside. Stage 1 is going to be an interesting one, as we have a long straight to get all that speed. We'll see how these guys handle it, Element. Oh, Tom already around. Our leader hits the apron. He hit the apron.
Oh, that's gotta be yellow.
I mean, yeah. These guys are gonna go. They're gonna go around, race to the line, and a caution will be out. Man,
I was just about to say something about Ranger starting in third and how he got beat up by Fluffy and Tom. Then Tom does that. What?
not that he wants to see a replay of it, but we just played it there. You saw it hit the apron and just completely lost it in turn 1.
Show it 2 times.
I don't think he'd like that too much. I could be wrong though.
Gotta make him feel the pain.
That's a lot of cars on a long straight to get slowed down. You see the 14 Man, just absolutely brutal for these guys. Not a great start. Turn 1, lap 1. Already a huge pile up. Tonight might be
hey.
a long night there, Element.
Hey, but Frozen.
Element!
Frozen.
Yes.
My man, Fluffy!
Oh my gosh. I told him, like,
Oh,
man, Element, he was just yelling your name all the time last week, like, excited that you were in there, and he was just like, oh, that's awesome. He's such a nice guy, I swear.
I've talked to Fluffy a few times. Great guy, you know, he's hilarious. I've raced with him, clean, hard racer, fast. And let me tell you, you're not going to find a cleaner, faster racer and funnier. Maybe Jacob Kerr. Jacob Kerr can be kind of funny. But faster and cleaner, you know, they're right there on the same level. But I think Fluffy is definitely more hilarious.
I think so. He's a great guy, a lot of fun to race with. I'll tell you what, I've had
definitely.
a ton of close, fun races with him this week. So, yeah, it's been a blast. But pit road is open. I would imagine that the only ones that are going in are probably the ones that have damage. But I don't know. We'll see, because I would want to get my adjustments in. So we'll see. Yeah, everyone's going to go in, get those adjustments in. Gotta get that in. Lysol says, did I curse it? I hope not. I hope that was it. We give TomTom a hard time, Element. You know this. Because he gets so loose. This just reminds me of how much we give him a hard time for that, because he just completely lost it in turn 1, poor guy. He might correct me on this. I don't know whether I thought he hit the apron, but if not, I'm sure he'll correct me on that.
Yeah, I don't know if he got loose or not. That was just really weird what happened. It looked like lag, but I don't know if it was lag or not.
We'll see. We'll see. Look at these guys already coming off. We have the 16 of Slide Job, I do believe. Let's see if we can take a look at him. I think he came out first from pit road, and you see him right there. He will start on the outside, coming back to the green. They should be able to go green this time around. And that's going to be Game Mastermind. He's going to be starting us off on the inside. Let's see if we can go over to him. You got to go through so many cameras here. TomTom, just so unfortunate his start to this race. You definitely hate to see it, but yeah, go ahead.
No. Sorry, I'm totally interrupting. Finish.
No, I was just gonna say. Well, I don't even know what I was gonna say. So.
Oh, all right.
It can't be too important.
Well, TomTom making that mistake early. At least the mistake came early. He's got enough time to make his way back up here in the first stage, make up some points, get back in that top 10, get those crucial stage points, and then for the rest of the race, knock off stage 2, get more stage points, and then by the end of stage 3, hopefully be up there and contend for that win.
Oh, absolutely. You know he's going to be up through the field in a second, but man, we got a lot of new faces in the front of the field. Like I said, we have Slide Job, we have Game Mastermind. These guys are already back to green. Game Mastermind going to lead us off going into turn 1. You guys saw how crazy it can be into turn 1, so hopefully they give each other a little bit more room this time around. You can get so loose out there. Game really all over that apron, and I do believe that's what we saw that got TomTom Flitty out there. You see Super NASCAR Fan on the inside. Slide Job looks like he's trying to make it 3 wide. These guys are crazy going into turn 2. I don't know I would be making that move yet, but these guys hold on to it. Game Mastermind says, I'll give it to you. It's not worth it to have an incident going this early in the race.
Yeah, Frozen, they made that 3 wide work out perfectly. Super was on the inside. He took the apron like a gentleman, and that's honestly the line that I would have preferred. Slide Job going right through the middle, hitting that yellow, rolled it very nicely, took the lead. And then Game Mastermind did what he needed to do, knowing it was 3 wide. just backed it off, tried to roll the top, got a little tight, got back out of the throttle, and he's holding position right here up in the top 4 still, fighting for the top 5.
And speaking of fighting, we have Fluffy out there in that 16 going side by side with the other 16 of Slide Job.
4 wide.
Oh, look at this.
Look at this. Look at this. 3x3 for second place.
3x3, and man, oh man, that is absolutely insane. Fluffy gets a huge run. He's going to take over the lead from the 16 of Slide Job. What an incredible powerhouse move right there from Fluffy. He just completely nailed that. You know, Slide Job, he isn't going to stand for that. He's going to want that lead back, so we'll see what kind of battle ensues up here in turn 1. But man, oh man, that was some great racing right there.
Oh, absolutely. That was great racing.
Look at these
that was
guys.
Great racing right there.
3 wide and trying to go into turn 1 3 wide. They managed to take it down to 2, but look at how these guys are washing up the track about 6th place. That can get a little sketchy.
Oh, they're doing the Atkins diet and getting skinny, getting 3 wide. Let me tell you right now, this stuff is getting wild. I like it. Woo! I like tight racing.
Oh, contact between Natterdays and the 37. Just got on board when that
17.
happened.
Came back up and got in the cow fan. Oh!
Man,
Good.
they managed to hold on to it, but that was a lot of contact. Monster Mike was able to hold on to it. Natterdays, a lot going on throughout this field.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, Frozen, Tom is having a hell of a time trying to get through these guys right now. I know he's got the speed to get through them, but he is struggling trying to get through this traffic, and that's the hard part. I mean, you got guys everywhere, so you really have to play the patience card and let them use their stuff up and make the moves when they're there instead of forcing the issue, because it's a track you dip. Definitely do not want to force an issue at.
Caution is out at the line. I'm hearing over the radio. I'm not quite sure what for. I must have missed that one. But yeah, you really have to play the patience card on this. These guys are really... It's such a draft track, and you have these long straights going all over the place. So it's very easy to take it 3 and possibly 4 wide. And it can be very disastrous when it happens. But a caution is out once again in stage 1.
Yeah, caution is out. And Frozen, you know who we haven't talked about? We have Thrills up here, sitting in 3rd position. We have Wild Wreckneck sitting up here in the 5th position, right behind Rangers. And then right behind him is Dohar. Like, we got some guys coming to the front now.
We do have some guys coming to the front, and Thrills, I said it before the race, he is very, very fast. I know that he took the lead a couple of times during practice, and I feel like he is one that we're going to have to watch out for. Like I said, you just need to keep him out of trouble. I feel like he needs a protective bubble around him. Trouble seems to find him.
Trouble has always seemed to find Thrills for some reason. That's because he's the Michael Jackson SnB. He likes to be the thriller, you know? Poor guy, you know? He's the MJ.
I swear you cracked me up. What was that? Oh, man.
Love Thrills, great guy, you know, and bad luck has just followed him.
It really has.
Has speed. Sometimes doesn't have the consistency on the long runs, but he has the speed there on the short to mid run, and he can be there at the end of races for sure. And it's good to see him sitting here in the top 5 right now.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to guys in chat. Q Dogs, what's up? Hope you're doing well. The Irishman, hope you're doing well. The top 10, we had Honeycutt up there in the top 10 for those Honeycutt fans. The 9 car of Leaf Justin, I do believe he was around 8th place going on to pit road. These guys are going to have to fix some damage, I would imagine, along with take those fresh tires and grab some fuel. You may be okay on fuel, so we'll see what happens. But look who stayed out, Element.
I'll tell you what, we're not okay with this pit road AI. Hold on, I'm trying to get there. Hold on, I'm not guessing. Tom Flitty stayed out. Let's go.
He stayed out and he is ready to take that lead back. Give him another chance. He is here and ready. I think from here on out, this guy is just going to be on fire. I mean, he is just jetted through the standings, and tonight landing pole, this guy's ready.
Yeah, TomTom's got a very fast car. They did not run that many green flag laps, although the tire wear can be a little bit of an issue, but he's trying to go for those stage points, and he's trying to show that he's got the cojones to stay out here and get these stage points and try to finish for a top 5, or if not a top 10, and try to solidify some more playoff points towards this playoff push.
You know, tires here are actually, once you finish, if you can get a full run in, you're probably going to be single digits on tire wear. It's actually pretty terrible. It's much like Atlanta, where it completely destroys your right rear for most of these guys. So it is something that they do have to be aware of. Yeah, but that is going to be an ongoing issue for these guys throughout the stages.
But I like TomTom's bold move. He's
taking it to the outside.
He's pulling out the cojones. He's pulling out the big guns. He's like, we're going. We're going to get these stage points. Let's go, boys. I like
He's
this
ready
move.
for it. And you know what? I feel like he wants to stay away from the apron if he hit it. I could be totally wrong. But I feel like that might be a thing.
Yeah, stay away from that.
Here we go. We're back to racing stage 1 once again. Wrong screen there. We'll see how these guys fare into turn 1. We've already seen it, kind of disastrous on lap 1, but these guys managed to make it. 3 laps to go already in stage 1.
No, 24
So tight. TomTom almost makes contact with that wall. 3 wide, going 4 wide. 4 wide for the lead here. 16 of Slide Job with the 16 of Fluffy, all going for it. Well, I mean, these guys are just getting crazy. 4 wide once again in turn 2. Man, we got to bring out the patience here. Look at this. TomTom just fell back about 10 cars elements throughout that turn 2 mess. Absolutely incredible.
Yes, there's still 3 wide coming off of turn 3 here. And bro, blanket over him. You don't know right now. I'm so confused.
I saw we're at 2 laps to go, but Fluffy, he backed way out of that. He saw that the situation, it was just not a good one to be in. So he backed out as they were 4 wide. Great move on his end, but look at the moves this guy is making. Just a huge run. Just passes up about 2 to 3 cars. You see Rangers in the 11 going on that apron. 16 of Slide Job hits the wall. Gonna bring Fluffy. That's gonna make him hit the rear end of him. Man, these guys are crazy out here.
Yeah, that brought Dohar on the outside of him. He's still got a run on Slide Job. He's gonna clear him off 3. And he's got a bit of a gap, but he's going to get a huge run on Kerr and Thrills with the draft. But I really feel like this stage is going to come down right in between Rangers and Thrills for the win.
I think so. Great stage points if Thrills can capture this, and he really needs it. So hopefully he can keep Rangers behind him. You see, stay out of my draft. He's trying to keep him out of that draft. It's a really important thing to do on these long straights because you get such a huge run off of that. So we're gonna find out. This is turn 2 right here. Can he hold him off? Man, it is just gonna be so close.
You see, pros, and that's where we're going to differ. I really would not change my line. I don't care if they have draft or not. If they get the inside, I'm just going to back the corner up a little bit more, get that run on the outside, and I'm going to pinch them down. I'm going to try to make them get out of the throttle. They drive up into me, that's their fault.
That is their fault, but Thrills, he holds it out. He takes stage 1. That's going to be fantastic points for him. Rangers is going to take P2 for that, and let's see if we can find out who takes P3. That's going to be a close one. It looks like Dohar might have taken P3 for stage 1. Very close racing, but you know, we talk about this. We knew that this was going to be a crazy race. I saw it throughout practice all week. These guys were going 2 and 3 wide. I would caution them just to take it easy right now. It is still early in the race. While the stages are kind of small considering, you do have to be mindful of, you don't want to wreck yourself out.
Well, that's the other problem that we have is the stages are a little bit shorter, so you're definitely going to want to get track position. So you're going to have to go hard, but you also have to show that patience on making your way to the front. It's a tough balance. It's like a ballet of going hard and saving.
It's so true.
Balance.
These guys are off in stage 2 and already they're going 3 wide heading into turn 1. These guys are absolutely insane, but look at this. Dohar on the outside with a huge run, but man, when you gotta take that much of a turn, you're gonna lose the momentum up there compared to these guys. Thrills was able to hold him off and Tuck's right in front of him. Ranger's kind of fallen back a little bit by himself on the inside. So close, Element.
The racing is between the leader to probably last place. You could probably fit like 3 sheets of paper in between them. So they're 4, 3 wide, double file. It's wild. I like it. It's good racing. You know, I can't complain.
22 laps to go, and I am with Honeycutt in that 51 midfield, and he is in a 3 wide situation right here with Game Mastermind, which he's had a lot of contact with throughout. What do you see, Element?
Down there, fella. Monster Mike hit the wall a little bit going into 1, and Tom had nowhere to go. Hit him a little bit into 18. 18 got loose off of turn 2. And he took somebody with him. I don't know who it was, but I was right there with it. I just didn't see who it was that he took with him. I think that will be a yellow.
That is definitely going to be a yellow, but I'll tell you what. These guys were 3 wide for Game Mastermind and Honeycutt and another guy, and they really held it out very well going through the turn. It's such a challenge here, but these guys really... they're making me nervous.
Listen, Frozen. I'm gonna tell you right now, these Honeycutt fans need to calm down. I see them out in the stands right now. They need to pull their shirts down. They need to calm down. They're getting rowdy out there. They're getting rowdy.
You're insane. Oh my gosh.
Honeycutt's having a good race. He's sitting right here around the top 10. He's having a nice solid day. He's there in contention. So calm down there.
You are such a nut. Panda Girl, what's up? I hope you're enjoying the race. It is a crazy one. These guys are very aggressive tonight. A little more than usual, I have to say. 3, 4 wide. We've seen it a ton. An absolute ton. So we'll see how many cautions will be out tonight. I do believe this is our 3rd one. We are in the middle of stage 2. I think we're going to see a couple of guys go down pit road. I think we're going to see a few guys stay out. They will have to pit 1 time this stage. So if we're far enough in, they're going to do okay.
Yeah, they're going to be doing more than okay. You know, if you're sitting around the top 10, you're going to be getting stage points. So if you got the speed.
It's all about that speed tonight. I mean, there's not a lot of saving that should be going on, especially with these cautions coming out. So we'll see what these guys can do. But yeah, a lot of it is going to be speed. And I feel like now at this point, survival.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on who's gonna be the Keanu and who's gonna be the Sandra. And I really feel like Tom's staying out right now. I think he's gonna be Keanu. So who's gonna be Sandra?
Man, I'll tell you what, he's been in the front twice.
Do you get the reference?
I don't, because I'm pretty clueless on that stuff, but...
Oh, no, my God! You've never seen Speed? Oh.
Do you know how old that movie is?
It's amazing.
I don't even know if I've seen it.
Classic.
Yeah.
It's one of, like, Keanu's best movies. Oh.
Oh, my gosh. You're not. Yeah, I need to watch it.
We're going through a
So
movie history lesson now. Yes,
apparently,
you need to watch it.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You guys, yes, they're talking about the wheel glitch. Yeah, it drives me bananas, but what are you gonna do? Techie's still out there on pit road, must have had a lot of damage out here. But yeah, we're gonna get these guys back out, lined up, and get them ready to go back to green flag racing. Tough night so far. These guys, like I said, being a little aggressive so far. You can see Slide Job's car. I mean, that thing has just seen better days.
A lot of these cars have seen a lot better days, I would say. Especially in natter days. Let's drink more beer.
Tom is out there back in front. You see him. He's going to be leading us off to stage 2, green once again. Got Slide Job. I mean, he's been a very, very strong car out here tonight so far. Let's try to get up front with these guys. You know what? I feel like I should stay in the back a little bit, see what's going on out here. Where's Rangers at?
Oh, Tom starting on the inside scares me. He might hit that apron again.
Nah, he's got this. No worries.
He's got it. He's got it. It's Tom. He knows what his car's doing now. He's got his adjustments in. Let's go.
We are back to green. Tom Flitty taking it pretty easy. It looks like Slide Job had quite the start. Kyle Fan taking it 3 wide as he had a huge run, going right through Fluffy. Man, he just made up a lot of positions, but I know a couple are not going to be too happy about that. Look at these guys. Oh my gosh, Kyle Fan, what is going on? Element, are you watching this? It is absolutely insane.
I'm watching a lot of 3 wide and a lot of we're going somewhere and not anywhere too quickly kind of moves. So it's amazing. I love it. It's great. Kyle Fan is slipping into second. Thrill slips back to third. Rangers trying to make a move on Thrills for 3rd place, and he looks like he's going to get it, and Thrill slips back to 4th. Tom sitting in 5th. Fluffy moving on the inside of him. The racing is insane.
Yeah, it absolutely. Trash, yes.
3 wide.
Why am I not surprised? 3 wide once again. These guys are just insane. They do need to calm it down a little bit. You just don't want to wreck your car. We have 18 to go, so there's still plenty of time. They will have to pit one more time in this stage. Remember, they can only get around 12 and a half if they're racing super hard. You're supposed to get around 13. So yeah, they are going to have to pit one more time. Hopefully, we don't see a caution in this stage anymore. I want to see these guys race it out, Element.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see them race it out. We might have a caution, but I really feel like these guys got their stones under control and are going to be all right, and they're going to have a good finish to the end.
I think so. And look at this once again. I don't know why, but these two always seem to find each other. We have Honeycut and Game Mastermind directly next to each other, and there's always something going on between these two. Look at these guys, 4 wide. They were 4 wide.
Wow,
they have managed to bring it down to 3 and now back down to 2, but man, oh man. Absolutely incredible. We have Justin directly behind Honeycut going on the inside of him now as we head into the turn. So close, Element.
The racing was so close. Millimeters, centimeters, I don't know. It's close. You can't tell. You can't even measure it with a ruler. It's that close.
It is that close. We're on board with the 47 of Wild. Reknek, who just hit the wall. That is going to slow him up. He seems to be okay, but man, oh man, the guys behind him are going to have that draft. That is going to allow them to probably take over that position, and that is a hungry Slide Job coming up on him right there, going on the outside. But Wild Reknek, he is very, very strong throughout the season. He's missed a couple of races, which has hurt him in standings. But if he can hold on to it, he's going to have a strong finish tonight. Oh, Rangers! Wonder if that's the signal for him to go pit, or if he got loose.
Probably loose. I don't know if pit stop should be happening right about now.
Yeah,
I'd be really surprised if pit stop's happening right now.
I wouldn't think so, but you never know. Let's take a
lot
look.
of things we don't know. Stay down. All right, cool.
Oh my gosh.
All right, good.
We're on board the 41 of Techie Galaxy. He is out there in the thick of things out in the field. Single file line all the way through. These guys have kind of seemed to calm down a bit and probably race it out. There's going to be a lot of varying times throughout this race. We've talked about it. Some guys are running really low 53s, some are running really high 53s to 54s. So it really just depends on how your car is handling. It is a tricky track. They don't call it the tricky triangle for nothing.
Oh!
Oh!
Curves around!
Chaos up ahead. Look at this as everyone is trying to get around.
Oh,
Man.
everybody's running into him. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Chaos. It's just chaos. They're like the Joker burning money and the Dark Knight. Just chaos, because that's all they want.
Bringing out the replay on that. From what I'm hearing over the radio, the 11 spun and everyone reacted and just kind of gathered up together, and, well, you know the rest. I think that is our fourth caution of the night.
Great. That was pandemonium. That was wild.
I want to take a look at Liebert. I haven't seen too much of him tonight. In fact, I'm wondering if he's in here at all.
I don't think Live's here. I have not seen a Monster Energy car on the track all night.
He must not be up here tonight.
So, are you Liber fans? I'm sorry, but it looks like he is skipping tonight.
I think so. Pocono seems to be a troubled track here, so very interesting to see, but Rangers in that 11 just got loose, lost it, and collected a bunch of cars on that. You know, a lot of guys are going to go in to, you know, repair that damage, get the fuel, what they need. I'm curious how many laps we have to go at this point, but still quite a bit of racing left in stage 2, and we have a whole nother stage for stage 3.
Stage 3.
It's gonna be a
The
crazy
ending.
one. It's gonna be crazy.
Climax of all.
Oh my
Love
gosh. Trash, that is just in my OBS how they do it, so. Wyo Knight says, good job by the 41 avoiding the wreck. Yeah, he did a great job avoiding that. There was just cars, chaos everywhere, so good job to him on that one. You can just see the chaos on pit road. The AI take over for this, and it can be a scary sight. I don't think a single person stayed out.
It can't be AI, because artificial intelligence actually has intelligence. The pit road, there's no intelligence, so it just must be artificial. Oh.
That's pretty deep there, I gotta say.
I know. Right? I like to bring it out there. I like to bring it out, you know.
It's true, that's true. Tom Flitty coming out pretty late in the pack here. Let's find out who got out of pit road first, who's gonna start out front. Fluffy is gonna start about 6th to 7th back. We're gonna get these guys doubled up here. From what I'm hearing, the 48 is going to be the leader. That is going to be none other than Combat Beast, I do believe. So let's take a look. Nope, that's Foxhound Boss. These guys switched numbers on me.
Oh, Fox.
I'm still trying to find him. We need a camera thing where I can just choose who I want. There we go. It only took an hour. Foxhound Boss going to lead us off to the green once again for stage 2. He's got a hungry crowd behind him. You can see directly behind him we have Kyle Fan and that 20 all over that grass. He's making me nervous. We have 42 of Thrills on that high side. Leaf Justin directly behind him, ready to push. Honeycut. He's in the top here. You see him directly behind Leaf Justin. These guys are off to green once again. Fox off to a great start. 3 wide for second already. Kyle gets a little bit of a jump. He's going to take the lead for a second. Can he hold on to it as he hit the apron? He manages to hold on to it. Fox falling back pretty hard. Falls back to 4th at the moment. Might even lose another spot. The 51 is already on it. Man, I see a little bit of lag coming from him. Hopefully it doesn't affect him too much. 11 to go, Element.
A lot of side-by-side going on right now. 11 to go in the stage?
Yes. It's coming down to the wire
here. And we
here.
almost have 4 wide, 3 wide with Fluffy trying to push Honeycutt by. What?
Look at these guys. We're on board the 96 of Ski. Fluffy. He is going 3 wide with Game Mastermind. Ski taking it so far down low. Look at this, you guys. Absolutely insane. 51 super down low. You can tell he's got a little bit of lag. Hopefully these guys are not seeing it. But 48, Element, he's lost several spots out here. Hopefully we can get it back up there.
Yeah, hopefully get it back up there. And where did Ski come from? Where? And J-Mac. Look at J-Mac sitting up here in 5th place.
Right?
And then in front of him is Wild Redneck sitting there in 4th. You got some comers and goers, and there's a guy coming right now, and they're just moving. And Game Mastermind is sitting right there in 6th trying to make a move on Ski. And there's a lot of fast guys behind those guys that are really hungry, and that will probably move them to get that spot.
We have a couple of new faces up here to the lead once again. The 42 of Thrills, we've talked about him. Kyle Fan in that 20 gives Thrills a push. Hopefully Thrills doesn't hit the wall. We have 10 laps to go, and he cracks the wall from the contact with Thrills. From the contact with Kyle Fan, I should say. Justin on his way up here. Look at this. These guys are so incredibly close. The 47 of Wild Redneck, just like Element said, these top 4 guys are starting to get away from the rest of the field. And we have a car into the inside wall, Element.
Oh, I see a car spinning, and it was a 2-car Super NASCAR fan.
This is crazy.
Ooh,
Caution is going to be out at the line once again. Caution-riddled race so far. These guys not very patient here tonight, and you can tell. I mean, we're going 3 and 4 wide all the time into these turns. Absolutely insane.
I am Laser. You are right.
The glitch happened on the... Yeah.
Trying to be sneaky.
I know. Smoke, yes, it is a definite glitch. Our past 2 league races, this one included, has had this glitch. You know, it's not the prettiest glitch I've ever seen. It'll make your eyes go crazy, but it's what we're dealing with at the moment. So hopefully it gets fixed soon.
Hey, Irishman, try being the drunk one, seeing it for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
It's very peculiar, let me tell you.
This guy. You would think we were racing modifieds, but we are not. The tires are going to win the race tonight. They will be out front, in front of the cars, apparently, so...
I like Laser. Laser's funny. I like that. We racing modifieds, so they might as well be. Hell.
You never know. Maybe we are.
Slap a little dirt on the track. Let's go.
All right, guys in chat, let me know. You've seen the racing so far. Who do you think is going to win the race? We've had a lot of strong guys out here. The 42, the 20. We've had TomTom out here several times. We've had Rangers out here several times out front. So it's been a most of these guys, actually all of these guys, are on pit road. Wild Knight says the 20. Lazar says the 96. Be interesting to see, but man, oh man. Look at pit road. That's another thing I hope that they fix, is just the craziness. I mean, you see a car laying on top of another one. So hopefully these guys get that fixed. Everyone coming out, they will line up double file once they are out. Looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that 20 car of Kyle Fan will be leading us off. We're gonna find out once I can get up there. Yes, that is Kyle Fan in that 20. He's gonna have Leaf Justin on the outside. Let's take a look at Leaf's Justin. He'll be starting us off on the outside with Kyle. He'll be leading us to the green once again in stage 2 for the finish here. Smoky. You know, it's crazy. And when you have the damage, it just makes it look just insane.
I love how the damage sticks no matter what, if you fix it or not. It's just... Thanks, Tabs.
Is there any time where it actually fixes it when you fix it? I don't know.
No.
I've never paid attention.
No, it only shows it on your screen. It doesn't show it on anybody else's screen. It doesn't matter if you're racing around them or not. You're going to see it on stream or if you're in the race. It's simple. Come on.
We're going to be coming back to green this time around. These guys will have to watch their tires. We've talked about it. The tire wear is huge on here. If you can make an entire 12-lap run, you will probably be in the single digits as far as tires go. So yeah, they will have to watch that if we can stay green. Let's hope we can. We're coming around. We're gonna drive with Leaf Justin on this restart. Kyle Fan on the inside will be leading us off once we go to the restart box here. We're gonna see what kind of restart Justin can get side by side. They are off to green once again in stage 2. Hopefully we can get this stage to finish out in green. But man, super tight going into turn 1. Justin with a great start. We'll see how these guys take it. Wild Wreckneck directly behind him, taking over third.
Ooh, you got some bumping and banging going on the back.
Yeah, sure do.
Woo. I feel like Chris Tucker when he rush hour. Ooh.
It's crazy. We're on board with Natterdays in that 14 as we go through turn 2. Everyone seems to be taking it okay, but man, don't tell me that.
They look like they were 5 wide.
Don't tell me that.
Wild.
Wild racing so far, and Element, your cousin says, stop being a dork, and I'm gonna be heading out.
I'm gonna smack him.
Look at this 4 wide as we're on the front stretch here. Absolutely insane. Natterdays backs it off going into the turn. We have the 37 of Monster Mike. Man.
Oh, he got pushed up.
Yeah, he got pushed up a little bit.
I
These
can
guys
hear
are
it,
still
yeah.
green.
We are FedEx. We are full sends all day, and they are getting after it. They think they're the Shaun White of snowboarding right now. They are just sending it down the half pipe as Super NASCAR Fan gets loose and spins it, collects Monster Mike and a few others with him.
He was just in the last one getting loose. That's where the last caution came out. Oh my gosh, these guys, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Nice Shaun White reference. Ah! What? What? He went full send at the end of the half pipe and he didn't stick the 360. What's going on here?
My gosh, I swear. Caution is out once again. I've lost count. I think this is number 6. Yeah. What a race so far. Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, is definitely proving to be a challenge for these drivers. A couple of them getting loose, and that is definitely going to happen. Some of these guys, we have a lot of variety as far as presets go. Some of them are on 3, some of them are on 6. It really just depends. If you're on 6, I can tell you, it is so hard to drive. even with several laps to go, so it can be pretty disastrous.
Did you just say a 3?
A 3. That's how tight you need it here. It's insane.
What?
Oh my gosh.
No.
What are you doing?
To run that tight,
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's harder. I feel like it's harder in NASCAR heat games to loosen up a car than it is to tighten up a car. So I would actually rather start a car off looser and tighten it up, because adding the wedge, it honestly just felt easier because you could tighten it up with adding the tire pressure, adding a little bit of wedge. With running a tighter setup, you have to add tire pressure and take out wedge, and it just felt so weird trying to do that. So a lot of that came for me on preset wise. I didn't like running the lower presets because of that reason. That's why I always ran a higher preset. I may have lost out on the first stage, but once I put my adjustments in that second and third stage, I would be there in contention.
You know, I hear you. I'm the same way. I don't like going down that low in a preset. And honestly, you know, last season, you and I both raced. We were teammates. I was in competition for the championship. I did terrible the last race, and it was because I picked such a low preset. I took somebody's advice, and I wish I didn't. But yeah,
It was
ran...
not mine. It was
no,
not
it was
mine.
not yours. But yeah, I had a great preset. I had everything chosen, and that same day, someone was like, you know what, you should run a 1 preset. And I was like, really?
What?
Yes. So you saw, and I did awful. It was my worst race.
It's easier to tighten up a car.
Lesson learned.
Think for that race, I ran a 7. And all I did was throw a half around the wedge and pump the tires up to like 52.
It was insane.
On the right side, and 2 pounds on the lefts.
I think
maybe with a 1.5 pound difference.
I think I was headed in there to run like a preset 6, and I was really confident in my car, and I don't know, that just threw me off, and I'm like, okay, well, this is for the big finale.
You should have won with 6.
I did awful. It was my worst race of the season after a fantastic season. I was bummed.
It happens. You live and learn, but you
live and you learn. Yeah.
You didn't listen to your teammates. Ow.
I know.
Ah. All right.
3 laps to go at the line elements. I mean, this is coming down to the wire. Worm Rider, what's up? It has been a caution-riddled race. These guys are going 3, 4. I think we've even seen 5 wide at one point.
Yeah, I did see 5 wide. I did. I saw that.
You know, I don't know. I'm about to get in there and be like, guys, come on. Let's simmer down a little bit.
It's good. It's good entertainment. I like it.
It's scary. Look at these guys. Already 2. It looked like they were trying to go 3 wide. I hear some banging in the background, and we have 22 around. That's bacon bits. It looks like it is only him, but man, oh man, cars are just everywhere right now as they are trying to get back on track. Man, that apron, I'm telling you, it is just something going to turn 1. I talked about it, that this is what we're going to see. Turn 1 is just going to be the disaster area starting off.
Oh, Kyle got the wall. And it sent throws down, and he hit the 11 of Kerr, and Kerr just takes everybody with him as he hits the wall. He has nowhere to go as he comes back up the track. Oh my God.
If that isn't a caution, I don't know what is. Man. These guys are killing me.
That was 2 to go.
That is 2 to go. There's nowhere. Yeah. Well, wait. Yeah. I'll have to see, because I remember that. I'm pretty sure there is cautions out, so we'll see.
With 2 to go at the end of a stage.
Yeah, I think it's only that you cannot pit. But these guys are still green, so they may know something I don't.
Wow, that's gonna be big for the championship.
It's gonna be huge.
Oh man, if Tom can get a decent stage finish here and collect some bonus points, along with Dohar, this championship race just got a whole lot tighter.
Yeah, I mean, this racing has been absolutely insane. Let's take a look here. I do believe that is Leaf Justin out in the front. Very tight race. You can see him trying to keep everyone off of him. This probably is the final lap. Hopefully I get a count over the radio. Yeah, this is the white flag here for stage 2. Justin out in the front. Tom Flitty making his way back out to the front. We're gonna see how he maneuvers around that turn. We have Slide Job out there. We have Kyle Fan out there. This pack is just huge. We're gonna see if Justin can hold him off though. That is a lot of hungry guys behind him.
Yes, Frozen, that is a lot of hungry guys, and honestly, even with that mistake that happened, that Kerr got the bad end of the deal of, that still benefited Kyle. Kyle's still sitting up here around the top 5. Fluffy just moved into the 3rd position, but that's really going to help Tom in the point situation.
Look at this!
Because he's going to take 2nd. Tom is going to take 2nd, and that is going to be huge in these points playoffs coming
Justin takes stage 2, side-by-side finish, but Justin takes it. Tom P2. Looks like Fluffy takes P3 from what I'm looking at here. So great stage 2 minus the cautions out here. I know Element is like, I'm loving this racing, but man, these guys are giving me a heart attack.
I'm loving it. She can have a heart attack. I love this racing. This is good stuff right here. And thank you, Worm. I'm glad you love my facial expressions. Thank you, bud.
Oh my gosh. Paul Bear, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. This racing is intense out here. Again, I'll say 2, 3, 4 wide. I think we've even seen 5 wide, so these guys are very aggressive. We haven't even made it to stage 3. We're getting ready to go there, but it's going to be intense. We're going to go on board with Tom Flitty on the outside. It looks like we're going to have Leaf Justin leading us off. The 48 goes down way low. Not quite sure what happened to him, but man, oh man, not a great start for him.
Yeah, Tom had a little bit of a bump start there, but he's going to slip in a 2nd. Slide Job's going to try to make a move to his outside. I feel like Tom's going to be the victor on this, and Fluffy's going to be the benefit of Mr. Slide Job getting wide, having preferred position going into the tunnel turn. So I believe you're going to see a new 3rd place, and Fluffy moving his way on up.
2x2 all the way back, and I don't know if you caught it, Element, but I saw someone hit the inside wall, and man, oh man, crack the wall coming off of that turn, and I don't know how they saved it, but look at this, 3 wide going into the next turn with Fluffy. We have Thrills and Kyle Fan. They managed to hold on to it, but good grief. These guys are just going to give me a heart attack.
Oh, they're cracking tires, cracking walls, and cracking whips. They're trying to get after it right now. I like it. I like the cracking the whip of racing. You know, you got to be aggressive. You got to make up positions. It's the final stage. I understand, but you have to make moves to try and get yourself up in the top 10 in each stage and make up the stage points, especially if you're not in that position of making that cut.
Yeah. You know, we have seen how this has gone throughout the entire night. I'm hearing a lot of stuff going over the radio right now. It's very interesting. We're going to see how these guys play out, but the aggression, very aggressive drivers out here tonight, taking it probably 3 wide just going into turn 1. So you just got to stay out of trouble.
Staying out of trouble is, in my opinion, the easy part. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, others may differ. Staying out of trouble is the easy part because you have control out of staying out of trouble. What you don't have control of is the other people around you, which can cause trouble. But you can stay out of your own trouble. So I typically like to go by the rule of race the track and not the people around you.
It's true. It's so true. I mean, you do have to race the track, but with you have such tight racing like you see tonight, you kind of have no choice but to look at everyone around you.
But it also goes to the point of what is your car capable of doing? Are you pushing the car to its absolute limits and it's not going anywhere? And you're trying to force the issue? What was that?
I don't know. What are you seeing?
Are you seeing this?
Looks like
Oh, slide job came up, put Fluffy and the 20 in the wall, and then Fluffy went back and gave him a little bit of you know what I'm saying, which Fluffy had every right to do.
I just saw a little bit of that, and yeah, I was hearing some communication over the radio. Slide job towards Fluffy. Slide job was not happy. I'm not sure what happened between the guys, but a little aggression being taken out over caution here. Very interesting. As you see, Fluffy will be starting right behind Slide job, so we've got to keep our eye on these two.
Yeah, that was definitely not called for. That should be handled after the race between counterparts and not during a caution flag. But I can understand Fluffy's frustration with getting driven into like that under caution, because that's not polite.
It's definitely not polite. I'm not sure what happened,
No,
but
not.
I'm sure we'll hear about it after the race here. Might have some helmets being thrown around after the race.
I hope Fluffy gets at least third, so that way I can talk to him. I want to. I just want to lay it on him. Be like, you know what, there, fella, that was some major BS.
Whoa.
Oh, what's your take on it, there, guy?
Paul
Like
Bear,
that. I want to question it
appreciate.
like that. I feel like that'd be great.
I appreciate the kind words from you. It's always fun in the booth here. Tonight is a little crazy. This is one of the most caution-filled races we have seen. We knew it was going to be crazy, but I'm not sure we were prepared for how this is going.
You know what else is
Green.
crazy? A 9. A
I
9
know.
car.
The 9 car,
terrible.
the 8 jumps it a little bit and has to back off so Justin can lead the way. A nice little trick there by
on,
Justin,
Tom.
but man, Tom is not going to let him get away for that one.
What? Rangers just wrecked and look at him. He's going for the lead. What's going on?
He is
I'm
going
so
for the lead.
confused.
Puts a little bit of pressure on Justin as they go through turn 1,
he
backs
got
off a
moves.
little bit. Yeah. Look at these guys going into the next turn. Justin with a little bit of a lead. 16 puts a door to Rangers out there. Tom, he was on the outside. These guys 3 wide
Oh,
once
look
again.
at that. Fluffy pulling a perfect move on slide job into the tunnel turn, took over second place, and slid right on by Rangers with that of Jacob Kerr. He went from 5th to 2nd in one turn. Pulling. Amazing job by him.
Absolutely. We are on board with the 13 of Game Mastermind. He is pretty thick in the field here. You can see how 20 laps to go in stage 3, and you can just see how tight they are right now. Some guys are getting off the turns better than others. A lot of contact going on throughout the field, though. We have Ford Tough, we have the 48, we have Game Masterminds. These guys going 3 wide. Pretty intense out here.
Yeah, I was watching J-Mac. He got a little tight going in the tunnel turn. He had a little bit too much pressure going on to him. I think he had a little bit of contact going in the turn, and he pushed up a little bit at Natter Days, and that gave room to Skibowski. Skibowski slips by going off of turn 3, and they are now single file right behind the 24 car with Skibowski, J-Mac, and Super NASCAR fan in tow.
Yeah, this is a very, very long line out here. I want to take it back up to our leaders if I can, but on the way there, you see... Yeah, you see Sky in that 18. He's got a lot of cars directly in front of him. He's got the 16 of Slide Job. Rangers in that 11. You have 51 of Honeycut. These guys are trying to find their way single file, but Slide Job really squeezes Rangers up there. We'll see how they fare out into this turn. Sky tries to squeeze it in there.
Ooh.
Man, how did they save that one? Whoa.
They saved that one by skill. That one took skill. The tunnel turn got tight off the exit. That was wild. And they came off 3 wide.
That was absolutely
that
insane.
Me up too. Holy moly.
They were a few sardines out there just huddled up together so tight. You see Fluffy out here, who has since taken the lead from Leaf Justin, who is now in second. We have a couple of Fluffy fans out there in chat. Paul Bear is one of them. Great guy, super talented.
Hold on, we have to call it Fluffy! New leader!
I know you do. You are a huge fan of Fluffy. Look at all that dirt flying in the background. We have a couple of guys hitting the wall. We're gonna see if any wrecks from that, but I don't see anything crazy at the moment. But man, oh man, these guys are keeping us busy tonight.
Yeah, they are keeping us busy. They're keeping us entertained. They have provided great racing with a lot of side-by-side racing, but a lot of 2 and actually 4 wide racing. These guys have been pushing the envelope, trying to get as many positions as they can, and trying to make up as many points as they can as the points are getting tighter and tighter as they close in. And the 51 hits the apron and gets loose. Honeycutt. What?
51 of Honeycutt around on the turn. I'm not sure what happened to him. Yeah. We're going to find out what happened. I'm curious. Is that only a single car? Oh, I see another car getting loose. I think that was a single car. Wow. You know, and if you have any contact with these guys and something is just a little too aggressive, we always tell the guys, make sure to record it. We don't want anything crazy happening out here, but look at this. We have the 16 of Fluffy going side by side for the lead with the 42 of Thrills. Thrills takes over the lead. Man, oh man, so stinking close right here. Great racing for him. We've seen Thrills up here quite a few times tonight.
Yeah. Thrills is the thriller, the show killer, and he has the speed to get her done, man. And he's showing it right now, taking over the lead from Fluffy. What? So he is showing that consistency right now, getting the job done, beating a pro leader. And hell yeah, got to give it to him.
Paul Bear says, I use Fluffy's car when I do cup races and Giggity. It's a great looking car, I gotta say. He does a great job out there in the pro league, and it's cool to see him out here in it on the Xbox side. Thrill's still leading this race, though. We've talked about it, and this guy just showing his speed out here tonight. But look at these guys. They are putting a little bit of a gap between them and third place. Justin is right behind him, still hanging on, but these guys are starting to separate as we are 15 laps to go.
Frozen?
Yes.
Frozen. Did Dohar just come off pit road?
I thought I saw that too.
That's what I'm asking. I think I just saw him come off pit road.
Fluffy, what happened to Fluffy?
He might be getting loose, or he might have signaled to go into pit road.
I don't know. It looked like he got super loose. He was way down. Pit stops maybe coming up, and I'll tell you what, that's going to put a wrench in the plans.
Slide dogs spilled off.
All right.
Yes, we are in that territory.
The pit window.
Like pit stops.
All right, we're going to see how these guys fare, but I'll tell you what, 15 to go, that is really hard to do, especially since they only get about 12 and a half laps on fuel. They're going to probably have to go in again. I don't think there's a way that they can save that much fuel element.
Well, this is a track that you tend to actually get more than what your TAC actually says.
You actually get less.
So,
it's because you're supposed to get.
Really?
Yes. We were surprised too. You're supposed to get around.
Sure?
Yeah, you're supposed to get around 13, and Thrills trying to make his way onto pit road. I don't even know what that was. I think he realized he was too much speed, so he decided to stay out. Man, that's gonna make him, lose the lead there.
I don't know. Fluffy stayed out. He didn't. Or no, Fluffy made it. My bad. No, that's what I meant. Fluffy made it. Can't get my words right now.
Words are hard. I have a hard time with them too.
They're difficult right now.
Especially
in my state. Oh! 12 count.
I saw that. I think he let Honeycutt go. off in front of him, but 51, we're on board with him. You saw him. I'm not sure what happened to him earlier. I have a feeling that it was definitely an incident between him and Slide Job. So I'm sure we'll hear about that after the race, but right now, he's got some catching up to do.
I thought the 88 at Dohar was going to peel off
13
the pit road,
around.
13?
Yes.
13?
I think he was trying to make his way onto pit road and completely just lost it. What is going on out here?
If that's not a caution. Oh, if that's not a caution. If that would have been a caution, there's guys on pit road right now that would have benefited immensely from it. I mean, huge. There was a long line of guys that were on pit road, and it would have been hard for the guys that would have had to go under caution to make that ground up.
Absolutely. Cape says it's not hard if you have a clutch. You know, a lot of these guys do not, though, and I'm not sure if you could save that much even if you do, so we'll see. A lot more guys taking
a lot
the
of it
pit
is
road.
actually the gear.
Yes, that's true. That is true. We're gonna find out who the leader is at the moment as these guys are going through, taking their pit stop. 3-car is the leader right now. That is J-Mac Attack. 11 to go once we hit that line there. Absolutely crazy. We have J-Mac out as the leader. He has not pitted yet, so we're gonna see when he goes in. But he's down to where he can go in and he's gonna be okay on fuel.
Yeah, J-Mac's going to be good on fuel. Everybody that pitted from this last lap on is going to be good. Great. Better than good on fuel. So it's all going to be coming down to tire management. And the guys that pitted before them, they're going to have to save. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to do.
Such a great entry for J-Mac going onto pit road. I hope that he did not get a speeding penalty for that one, but man, oh man, he had a lot of guys behind him, and that's what's tough about Pocono. You're coming off of a turn, you're gaining all that speed on the straightaway, and you probably have a lot of guys behind you, so the way he entered that was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, J-Mac's one of the best on getting on pit road. I'll tell you right now, I don't know how many times J-Mac's been a couple seconds behind me, and then next thing I know, coming off pit road, he's like literally behind me or ahead of me.
So true. It is so true.
It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
A couple of more takers for pit road. We see Scott Hall for life and that 12 on track right now. I'm not sure who our leader is. We're going to try to find out, but it is always changing once pit road is on the move here. From what I'm understanding, the 16 will be the leader. I'm not sure if that's going to be Fluffy or Slide Job, but we're on board with Fluffy. And he has quite a bit of a gap between him and second place. And there's a lot of cars behind him that are pretty hungry for the lead here.
A lot of cars? Don't you think every car is hungry for the lead?
They are, but you've got 3 cars directly behind him that are catching up. You got Justin back there. I'm trying to see the other cars, but I know as soon as I change that camera, it's going to take me somewhere else. And it takes me to Rangers, and let's talk about this since we're here. We have the 16 of Slide Job next to him. We've got Tom Flitty. We have another car up there. I do believe that is the 20 of Kyle Fan.
Oh.
Or nope, that's the 96 of Ski. But these guys, they're single file. They are trying to catch up to the cars ahead of them. They have to work together to make this happen. There's not a lot of laps left, so if they're going to do it, they got to do it now.
Oh, I just had a sneeze attack because that racing got so intense it made me sneeze. Holy moly, they were 3 wide. Woo!
Are you surprised? They've been 3 wide all tonight.
Oh.
These guys getting crazy.
I love it. It makes my Thursday nights. You know, I work all day. I come home. I do a little bit of iRacing.
Oh!
This is what I look forward to on Thursday nights. Is this whatever's going on right now? This wild whatever. Your own just made me go like, what? What's going on? Where?
I know.
Where?
It's
like
crazy. 8 laps to go, and we still have Fluffy in the lead, and the 20 and the 9 are just battling it out. We've got the 47 in second at the moment, and that is Wild Wreckneck doing a great job out there. But man, oh man, look at these guys all over each other. And I do believe, is that Thrills in the 42? I'm trying to see. Yes. It is, and he is going to be in P5 at the moment. A lot of gap between him and the guy behind him, which I'm thinking it's Dohar.
I'm going to tell you right now. Thrills. About to pull out the moonwalk on these boys. All right. I'm done with that.
You're a nut, I swear. You see Dohar in that 88, and he has no one around him. A very lonely feeling, especially at Pocono, where it is a huge draft track. You got these long straights, and you definitely want somebody with you when you have those.
Yeah, you definitely want to have a drafting partner. It's very hard to pass. And we just seen Thrills make an outside move coming out of turn 2 on the 20 of Cal Fan. And he's trying to do his best to work on by the 9 of Leafs Justin with Wild Wreckneck right there in front of him. So he is making ground on these boys very quickly, and he is ready to pounce and try to get the lead from Fluffy.
You know, I'm still curious if we're going to have anyone else have to take a pit stop. That is literally going to change the outcome of this race. These 4 drivers right here, they have not caught Fluffy yet. Fluffy is just on a roll. He's leading this race. He's right where he wants to be, but he's got a lot of guys behind him. He's going to have to hold him off for another several laps. Justin, we have Justin, we have Thrills. These guys make contact coming off the turn, super close. But it's going to come down to the wire here.
It's going to come down to the wire, like on HBO. Thrills made an awesome move to get on the inside of Leaf Johnson, and as they were coming into 3 and out of 3, Kyle Fan made an awesome move on the inside of the 42, but I feel like the 42 has the better run, with Leaf Johnson right behind him to push him going into 1, and I think he's going to clear him, and Thrills is going to take over 3rd spot and try to track down Wild Wreckneck, but I really feel like Fluffy, as long as he don't make no mistakes, he's got this one in the bag.
Absolutely. The question is, can he hold on to it for 5 more laps? I mean, that is 5 laps where these guys can draft together. And I'll tell you what, Element, I'm a little surprised they haven't caught him yet. You know, I knew he was fast, but man, oh man, to have 4 guys behind you and to have such a huge straightaways that you can draft with, I'm surprised they have not caught him yet.
Frozen.
I know, it's Fluffy.
Don't mean diddly squat when they're all racing together. You gotta work together, co-opetition. When they're side by side racing, trying to pass each other, it don't mean diddly squat. You're gonna lose time. Now that Thrills has cleared them with the fresher tires, they may have a single ounce of a chance of catching him.
They got to put the work in, though. I mean, we're coming down 4 to go. I mean, this race is whittling down to the final few laps here, and if they want to have a chance at the win here, they need to work together, as you say. But Fluffy, I believe, isn't this his 2nd race with us? And he is already out here competing for wins. No surprise, but it's awesome to see.
Yeah, no surprise. Fluffy making his way over to Xbox, or over to Xbox from PS4, making a switch for the Pro League, as well as now racing leagues on Xbox. I feel like Xbox is going to have a lot on their hands, especially with him, Kurt, Dohar, and Track Bar. Xbox was already tough, and they just got tougher with Fluffy. And then you also got to add Slade in there. Slade's also a tough cookie, and he just made the switch over from the Pro League to Xbox. Xbox looking strong for next year. Very strong.
I agree with you. And Look behind Fluffy though. These guys are really taking down that gap. They are catching him now that they are working together. We're coming up on 2 to go at the line, so I know.
42 got loose.
Oh, you're talking about them back there. What happened with them? And I see Fluffy. I don't know if he hit the wall or almost did, but man, I was a little worried for him.
No, Thrills was trying to chase him down. I think he got loose or something, and he got in the grass, and it screwed him up even more, and he had to get out of the throttle. So Kyle Fan and Wild Redneck made their way on by on the outside, so he's sitting behind him. So now Fluffy has probably at least a second to a second and a half gap sitting on Kyle Fan, heading into turn 2. So,
look at this.
Fluffy is in the catbird seat.
You know, with how close we are to the finish here, there is no way, unless something crazy happens or these guys really get together, I don't think there's a way that they're going to be able to catch him. I don't want to jinx him. Knock on wood, because we are on the white flag at the line, and here we go. Can Fluffy hold on to it? And I'm curious who's going to get second, because that battle is going to be insane.
Oh, heated. They are going to be like the North and the South. Who is going to win this one?
Absolutely.
The British. I'm going to call the British on this one.
Do me a favor, keep your eye on those guys. I'm gonna bring Fluffy home, but I gotta know who finishes third, who's finishing second and third, because that battle back there is intense. We got Fluffy coming around here.
I got my eyes on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Fluffy got loose!
He's out of gas!
Fluffy ran out of gas!
He's out of gas!
Thrills are Wild Redneck!
What?
Oh my god! And I think it's gonna be Wild Redneck. He's gonna run on the inside.
Side by side! Thrills just got killed!
Oh my god!
What in the world?
Oh, what
have you ever?
No, I've never.
Oh, I don't even know what to think of this finish. I don't even know who won the race. Who won the race? I'm assuming Wild Redneck.
Oh, Wild Redneck definitely got that W. I don't know what happened. Beyond that, I think Fluffy ran out of gas coming out of turn 2.
Fluffy runs out of gas.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I believe that Wild Redneck won.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm trying to get confirmation of who took second and third, but man.
Leafs Justin. It would be Leafs Justin and Calfan. Top 3. I wholeheartedly believe that. That's who I see right there in the finishing order, and I believe that's your top 3.
That is absolutely insane.
Leafs Justin, P2.
I'm heartbroken for Fluffy. I'm heartbroken for Thrills. I mean, we've talked about it.
Fluffy!
He needed to stay out of trouble, and coming off that corner, he just got hit, and man, not much else you can do about that. So yeah, it looks like Wild Redneck,
so
Justin in second, Kyle taking third, Thrills, heartbreaker for him. Fluffy, who had this in the bag, ran out of fuel. He would have been your winner here tonight if he had the fuel.
Yeah, if he had the fuel, he was the car to beat here at the end. Oh god, he was having a great race, doing a hell of a job, and
I don't think any more could have happened in that race.
I love it. I love the outcome. Because we did not see this outcome happening. None of us. I don't even think they did. So, and Fluffy had the fastest lap of a 53.260. So he was definitely the fastest car on the track.
Just absolutely insane.
Terrible luck. Comes from PS4 and right now on presets being one of the fastest drivers at Pocono. You gotta tip the hat. Nothing you can do about that.
That was one of the wildest races we've honestly ever had. One of the more caution-filled races. But man, oh man, that finish there was absolutely insane. We're trying to get our winner in here for a Wild Redneck. Trying to get him in. We got Justin in here. Now we just need to get Kyle. Justin, while we have you in here, I know you took home second, right? We don't have a Justin yet. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, I have to know, since you're the only one in here right now, what did you see for that final lap?
I mean, literally everything. I don't even know what the crap happened, but
I feel you.
it was. I mean, if this is going to be the official interview, then I'll just go back and explain it. But
Yes.
the four of us were trying to work together. I mean, when we first came out of that pit stop, me and the 20 were working together pretty well to try to catch Fluffy, and the 47 got up in there, caught us, and was racing us real hard, and it kind of killed it. And then the 42 caught us, and we kind of got it back going again at the end once the 42 got to the lead, because I think he might have had the freshest tires. And then me and him, what you guys were probably at one point freaking out about was me and him both almost wiped like ourselves out coming off of the final turn. We both got loose at the same time, and that was almost massive casualties. And then at the very end of the race, I don't know, Fluffy looked like he had the wind in the bag, and I guess he ran out of fuel or something happened. It was totally unexpected on our part. So that just caused mass mayhem with those three that were up ahead of me. I was expecting to ride to a fifth, and then out of nowhere, the 16's gone, the 20 is losing it, trying to miss him, and then you got the 47 and the 42, like, banging doors in the last turn, and the 42 was gone. I mean, I doubt he did it on his screen, but he flew over top of my head coming off of turn 3.
Oh my gosh.
Then the next thing
I don't know if
I'm,
I killed
I'm
Thrills or
sitting
not.
in second place.
I don't know.
And yeah, so I don't know.
You're pretty much how I'm feeling the final part of that race. I mean, that was absolutely insane. Like I said, a very caution-heavy race, a very intense race with 3, 4, 5 wide. I mean, guys were insane. Besides the finish and going through that, you obviously had a strong car tonight. So take us through. Did you have a strategy, and how did it play out for you?
I mean, not really. It was pretty much straight up on when you had to pit and stuff. If it was to go green, which obviously we were pretty much the polar opposite of going green. So it was pit pretty much every caution if you had, like, you know, more than a lap on your tires. And I caught on to eventually, you know, a couple of people were staying out here and there when there was only, like, you know, a lap on their tires, and I got to doing that, and fortunately it paid off the couple of times I did it because a bunch of other people did it too. So, you know, I didn't get immediately run over, but outside of that, I mean, I was just trying to make sure that I was at the front pretty much as I could, because I wouldn't need to stay in the draft, because compared to some of those guys, I was way off running by myself. So I knew if I got out of the draft compared to them, if it was going to be, you know, the normal guys running up the front, that they'd probably pull away from me. So that was my strategy, was to keep the nose clean and try to be in the pack when it ended. And fortunately, you know, the 11 and the 8 and some of the guys like that were putting up the big leaderboard times weren't there at the end, and it was pretty much all of us trying to race the 16. And when he ran out of fuel, it was anybody's game.
Well, you brought it home with the P2, so congratulations. It's going to be a great padding and points. Crazy, crazy night, but you survived and got on the podium, so great job there tonight.
Thank you. A good win. Well, some of them were saying they were smelling a surprise victory, and we certainly
Definitely got it.
I don't think we were expecting it in that fashion, but that was something.
Element, you want to give our winner an interview, Wild Wreckneck?
Oh, wait, me give a winner?
I know, we did a
interview?
little backwards. We had trouble getting people in
what?
tonight.
This is just a little bit ass backwards, but hey, we're gonna give her a go. So, Wild Wreck, not red, neck. So, what were you thinking there at the end? What were your thoughts there at the end of that race? Did you even think you had a chance at winning that race and coming out victorious? The amount of Olympus there at the end?
Well, not quite.
Have a few more.
I don't know. We had a good long run car. That's all I know. And that run, 12 lap run at the end was a long run. So I feel like we had a good shot, but I didn't think we'll win. But when the 16 ran out and Thrills got loose off 2, killed the 20, and I sent it in there on 3. I don't know if I wrecked him or not, and I hope I didn't. But I was beside of him, and then we just kept door banging off turn 3, and then he just went in the wall. I don't know if I wrecked him or not. He got loose, but it could have been better the way I want it. But other than that, it was a interesting finish.
Well, you lived up to the name. It was wild, it was wreck, and it was neck, and you came down off Olympus as the Hercules tonight. Good job.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
I liked it. It was good racing all night.
When we did get the run,
but
it was
good
it was
racing.
relatively fun.
Oof. It looked good. I don't have no quips other than the usual dev stuff. But the racing was great. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm excited.
You had a strong night there all night, Wild Wreckneck, and it's good to see you get a win, first win of the season. So a huge congratulations to you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Deserve a trophy.
All right, Kyle Fan on podium tonight. Man, you had a fast car. Take us through your night and what happened for you.
All right. Well, starting off, I qualified 5th, and right away had that trouble on lap 1 and had to come from dead last. Spent most of the race driving through the field, and finally got my way up there at the end of stage 2. But I mean, the ending it stings a little. Knowing I had that fast of a car, and I could have won it. I think I had the best tire position for it. But just a little accident off turn 2 with Thrills getting loose, and like I said, this one stings.
Yeah, I knew you were in contention for the win, but you were so strong tonight, and I think you'll have another shot at a win this season. It's before playoffs also, but great job to you. Got on podium tonight, P3 for the finish. You were up there a lot tonight, so great to see you up there, and I hope to see more of you.
Thank you.
All right, it is it for tonight at Pocono. A crazy, crazy night. A lot of cautions and a lot of tight racing, but these guys were on it. 3, 4, 5 wide. A few wrecks that we saw, but Element, it was fun with you in the booth. And next week, I do believe we're headed to Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. That's going to be good. I'm ready. Oh,
Yes, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. But that's it for us tonight. I think the next stream will probably be Sunday or Monday. So you guys take it easy, and we will see you next time we are live. Next race, like I said, Chicago. That'll be next Thursday, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take it easy, guys. That was a crazy race.